Ruben, did Wonder Woman 1984 come out yet?
No, it comes out on Christmas
Uh,
on
it-
HBO Max.
okay, I saw something about that the other day because I also heard it was coming out in theaters too, and I was like, "What the heck?
It's doing
How?"
both. Yeah, it's HBO Max and theaters, which
Like theaters in New Zealand,
what's up?
like theaters in New Zealand or what?
Honestly, probably. Also, hello YouTube, we're live. The
Oh,
show is
hello.
starting in a couple minutes. But we're gonna get started. Is that Jeff Daniels?
That is Jeff Daniels.
You
How'd you
like,
know?
yeah, I got that from an eye and a hairline.
He kind of looks like my dad.
I know it's quick. Like you got that really quick.
That's a weird thing. No, yeah, it's coming out on December 24th or 5th. I think it's just straight up on Christmas. But hello, YouTube. We're going to get started in about 5 minutes. We're going to let people trickle in. We don't normally look at the YouTube chat, but if you're watching on YouTube, hello. I am not Adrianna. I'm Ruben.
What?
Yeah, surprise.
What?
I know. What a letdown.
Here.
I'm also bummed out. But yeah, no, we'll get started soon. I'm gonna go get yourself something to drink. I'm gonna go get myself something to drink, and we're gonna have fun. And then we're probably just gonna talk about dumb garbage before that. So get ready for that.
You never know. It could be cool garbage.
Shut up.
See how I get treated?
Just for trying to help.
That's it. I sit here. I try to be the fun sidekick. I try to be the non-horny, non-reply guy, Andy Richter. And this is what I get.
Shit. Everyone should love Andy Richter.
I was like, wait, is Andy Richter bad somehow? He is a treasure.
He's just he's a little too horny on Twitter, but I like watching it. I think
Really?
it's very funny. Yeah.
He's horny on Twitter?
Yeah, he's responding to a lot of like freelance young ladies being like beautiful.
Okay.
Rules. And sometimes his ex-wife will respond about it or like tweet about it also, and it's very funny.
Jeez. Okay.
Like,
Sounds like it's a recipe for awkwardness.
it's look, as a person who's not involved,
Yeah.
I love it. Like, it makes me very
Actually find that charming, the idea of like some lady being like, check out my OnlyFans, and Andy Richter being like, I will, young lady.
yeah, and being like, sounds good.
I'm a recently divorced TV sideshow host.
Right? I mean, you could definitely do worse. He is very funny. Like,
Hilarious.
so. Oh my gosh. Gus.
But yeah, Austin, I'm actually gonna need you to be hornier than Andy Richter. So if you could,
I could do that for sure. Throw up a Lola Bunny picture and I will lose my mind.
Who the hell is Lola Bunny?
What?
you
From
serious?
Space Jam?
dude.
Don't know Lola Bunny.
Chad, of all people to
Not
not
about my
catch,
horniness. Of all people, I should know who Lola Bunny is.
but it's like
He's
a
Bugs
space-
Bunny's love interest from Space Jam.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I don't. I'm not. I don't know. Sorry.
I feel like that's an obscure movie reference. That's like all you.
That's not obscure. Space Jam is
movie. that's,
massively popular.
that's definitely not an obscure movie.
This is just a bunch of people being disappointed that Chad isn't a furry, and like, I
I
You
have
don't get
brought this up
horned
on
by
this show
the,
before.
Bunny lady?
I think I've brought this up on the show before. I think Lola Bunny is everyone's free pass. Fair.
Well, I mean,
You
that's
need to talk to Tia Mari.
Wait, why does he think that?
oh, he loves
Well-
funny too.
Thank you.
He defended her on a nerd rage debate.
He
It
probably
was-
did it better than I have since I've never once
No.
won one of those.
Neither is he.
I think he's beaten me once. So
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, he beat him in the Tournament of Champions, the first one.
Oh, whoa.
But then the recording got messed up, so we didn't actually get to
Oh.
hear it. And it was like one of Tiramari's early first victories.
I love Tiramari though. He rocks.
That rules.
Anytime I
I
see him,
will
I'm so
say.
excited to talk.
who wins the most of the nerd rage debates.
Um,
I don't know.
Alex Love has a really good win
Probably.
record.
Oh, that's true.
She does really good consistently. Trying to think.
She's so funny.
She's very funny and not afraid to go for the jugular on the debate, yo.
No, she's not.
I can see her getting really like passionate about certain stuff like that.
She's also super nerdy, so I mean, she's
Yeah.
got all the requisites are there. Nerd Rage, The Great Debates is a podcast, people.
There we go.
It's very
In
good.
fact, Austin, Christy, and Chad and myself have all been on it. So
Oh, weird.
yeah,
I was on which one? I was on the Jackie Chan one, right?
Jackie Chan. We'll get you back on again, Chad. Come talk movies with us sometime.
Absolutely. Are you
Cool.
still doing it through like Zoom stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's even better. That'd be perfect. I'd love to do that.
Dope. I think I'm set for this next recording, but the one after will hit you up.
Okay.
I hate that you made my name that.
Oh, idiot sidekick. It's been that since literally anyone else joined.
Oh,
So
I didn't-
everyone who has joined has seen that your name is idiot sidekick.
No wonder they were all surprised when I was like, "It's me, Austin."
Yeah, they're like, oh. Well, that was like last time I set my name as Austin Blaylock, and then my background was a picture of Austin sitting on his bed from another Zoom show. And then I left the room. So it just looked like it was Austin, and people started talking to him.
Why do you do this to me, man?
Because I hate you. Hey, welcome to Okay So Like. Thank you for joining, everybody. We're gonna get started. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching here. It is a weird night because it's not Adrianna. Obviously, you've already made that joke, Austin. That's good. I have to do Adriana's whole intro shtick. Welcome to Okay So Like. I'm Ruben Escobedo, and I'm exactly what comedy needed right now. Another white man in late night. So let's get started. I have a monologue we're gonna do. I am very worried. I am not a monologue person. Adrianna wrote all of these jokes. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. My screen sharing, is it good?
Yep.
Can you see
Well, I
all
can't
my
see anything, but
Oh no. Can you see all my Lola Bunny
Oh, where's Lola?
my Lola Bunny tabs open?
I
are we good?
wish.
Can we see it?
I don't see it.
Oh, you don't see it?
What
It
you at,
says
Lola?
you are screen sharing. You guys cannot see it?
No.
Mm-mm. It's just the gray screen that says Ruben Escobedo III has started screen sharing.
Oh no. This is all my I'm the worst.
There we go.
Oh, it's good? We're good?
Mhm.
Oh god, that scared me. Hey, on Thursday during a press conference, we learned how close to the flames of hell Rudy Giuliani truly is. So that's good. I loved this because this just made Rudy Giuliani look like one of the wet bandits from Home Alone. Like it just looked like a kid just dumped a can of oil on his head. He was like, ah.
Ugh.
Donald Trump Jr. has tested positive for coronavirus and is said to be asymptomatic. Upon hearing about his son's condition, Trump exclaimed, "What a loser. He can't even get sick right." I like that this picture looks like he's doing an impression of his dad. Like this is what every bad open mic comic thinks his dad looks like.
He's always doing a bad impression of his father. That's why it's so offensive.
Oh, I'm worried about that. One Instagram model was left baffled after the Pope's Instagram account liked a post of her posing in lingerie. The like may have been accidental, but could also be a sign the Vatican is changing their stance on being horny on Maine. I think for me, the big giveaway that it was an accident is that it's an adult woman in lingerie and not a young boy in a sailor suit. So I think,
Hey, can I jump in real quick, Ruben?
yeah.
Okay. Look at this guy, Francis US. He's got 7.2 million followers. He's following nobody. Shouldn't he be following the Lord? He should have one. He should be following one person.
I also like that he's following nobody, but he somehow found this Brazilian like model. Like he was like, look, daddy knows what he likes.
Dude, the explore tab, it gets out. Sometimes it gets out of your control. Okay. Like I've opened it up and been like, how'd that get there?
It's just pictures of me. Michael B. Jordan has been named People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive for 2020. Nice try, People Magazine. If you think this makes up for 2017, you are sorely mistaken. Never forget. I read that joke to my girlfriend. I was like, I don't think this is very funny. And she was like, you don't get it. She was like, people will find that very funny. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I love his barbed wire tattoo.
I love his Isn't he? Is he a terrible person? Am I wrong? Let's talk about it. Am I wrong? Is he
No,
bad?
I mean, it's implied that he cheated on his wife with Gwen Stefani, but now they're together. I don't know.
All right. That wasn't funny. I thought there was going to be something funny there, but there wasn't.
No, I just know the gossip, dude.
The PlayStation 5 is out now, and prospective buyers have had a difficult time finding it anywhere in stock. Hard to find after the release? What is it? A dude ghosting after a Tinder hookup? In parentheses, could use a tag of how this joke's more applicable to Adrianna than Ruben. That makes sense. Okay, this is an Adrianna joke. This is not for me. How do I get? Are they available on Amazon? There's the sad man. That's good. As a result of Canadian public health restrictions, the Toronto Raptors will be playing their upcoming season home game in Tampa, Florida. And before you worry about the players adjusting to life in Florida, remember that this guy was their mayor, so they're going to be fine. God, remember when he was the craziest politician?
Yeah, that rocked. What is with all like the craziest politicians publicly having the same tone of hair and skin?
Rob Ford looks like if what's that Boris guy? Boris Johnson. Donald Trump did the fusion dance. And it like came out wrong. What a good nerd reference.
Like Fat Go Tanks.
Those of you who have lives, the fusion dance is when lesbian space rocks decide to fuck and become one lesbian space rock.
Oh, see, and I was that's a good one. I was thinking Dragon Ball Z.
The Avatar one.
Or Dragon Ball Z.
Oh shit. Why are there so many fusion dances and nerd shit?
I don't know, but I hope one day me and Ruben try the fusion dance.
I think Wonder Dave wrote fan fiction about you and me fusion dancing. Hey, incoming freshman Republican Congress people are looking to form a conservative equivalent of the Squad. Which is weird because I thought they already had something like that. The best part about this joke is Adrianna texted me when she was writing the monologue and said, "Hey, is it okay if it gets a little political? Because I usually don't get political." And I said, "Yeah, that's fine." She goes, "Okay, cool." And then I saw that and she just goes, "Oh, sorry about that Nazi joke." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. That's the best one though." That's been the monologue. Yay!
Woo! Woo!
Are you guys excited for your first comic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your first comic, very funny. I'm very excited to have her on the show. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Give it up for Christy Ono.
Yay.
Woo!
Hey, hello. Oh dear. That's my entire face. I'm gonna have to change my view. Okay, feeling better. Hey, thanks for having me on the show. This is fun. I'm excited. Is everyone doing okay?
Yes.
I'm doing okay too. We're hanging in there. I know that I don't know. I can only do this joke probably one more week or so. So I know everyone has been sharing their thoughts about the election. I will share with you one thought, and that is my most embarrassing thought of the election week. I definitely went through the election not enjoying it, and I was like, this is like season 8 of Game of Thrones. I don't like it, but the memes are really bringing the fandom together. That was a legitimate thought that I shared with people that I loved. And I'm like, no. This is for you to embarrass yourself on the stage. That's why this. I will say that I think that getting involved, which I am doing right now, don't worry about it. Getting involved as like we are on the brink of collapse. It is like the stakes are so high, like the pressure is kind of off. Because like kind of everything is on the table. Like you can really just try anything and it's going to be fine, because if you fuck up, like the planet was going to burn up anyway. Which is kind of a bummer, I think, but like such a huge relief for me. I will say this about like the way I was raised. Like my parents were activists. They at one time identified as Marxist, and they met in a protest running away from the cops. So my act of rebellion as a young person was to not care about anything. So I was truly a shitty 90s teenager, just being so apathetic and jaded. I think I did say to them something like this, like, hey, did communism turn out okay? No, it didn't. Okay, I'm going to sell your weed at school. And like now I just live with the constant guilt that I should have stopped being shitty sooner. But that's okay. I am trying to get more involved, and it really sucks being like this far into adulthood and realizing like, wow, I should have retained some of that information from college, because I was assigned reading the Communist Manifesto at least 3 times, and I read it exactly none times, 0 times. I read none of it. I may have read it. I don't know. I was like partying a lot back then. I blacked out. Wouldn't it be fun if I blacked out and read the Communist Manifesto? No one can say for sure. But what's happening now is like I am just showing my full ass in front of all of my hopefully future best friends, socialist Marxists, or best comrades. I don't know the lingo yet. I'm just afraid that I'm showing up to these groups and they're like thinking that I'm a cop or like an undercover journalist. And the worst possible thing is that I'm a comic. And it's like, yeah, am I going to make jokes about it? I don't know. I'm making jokes about it right now. I just want to help. I'm bad at it, you know? The thing is like, I don't have any, I have no knowledge of theory or history, but I do have one drunken tirade where I was very much in support of unions. And one good drunken tirade means the 2 people I was with didn't kick me out of the car. So that's how the political part of my quarantine is going. Now let's go into the more personal aspects of my quarantine experience. I definitely thought without societal pressures and the harsh judgment of my peers that I would be able to blossom into the person I was truly meant to be. But what actually happened is that without social accountability, I just picked my nose bloody. I did that. That is who I truly am on the inside. And it's not a cycle you really want to get into because it like takes 15 minutes to get there and like 3 months to heal, and just not an effective use of my time. I don't know what this is, but like I definitely got more into astrology. That's, what it is. I don't know. Are you pattern people or co-star? do you got what's your app of choice? No, just me downloading all of them. Okay, that's fine. So I'm a big fan of co-star. I was reading it recently, and they said that people with their Saturn in Scorpio are naturally suspicious. And I was like, is that so? I'm just really trying to figure out why I'm like this. It might be the stellium in Sagittarius, because I don't know what that means. I do think part of the reason why I am the way I am is because I was a theater arts enthusiast in high school. Yeah, real big fan of the theater arts. I was in a lot of plays. It was real fun. I actually was awarded a medal and a certificate in high school for my work in the theater arts. I wish that my school also recognized it as theater arts, because what happened in real life is on my medal, my certificate, and on my wall in my high school, it says Cristiano achievements in drama. That's really fun. I was actually not even the best in my class. My best friend was, but she would have a lot of conflicts with our teacher. So I got awarded it out of spite. Hey, because excellence in drama. That's me. Real fucking good. I don't. Let's see. Trying to think of what some other. I have a Google Doc open. Just give me a second. Oh, dude, I got this new camera and mic, and man, now that my camera's better, I'm like, shit, I need to put some makeup on. I was like, man, that low resolution was doing me a lot of favors. No longer. And I shared this with you earlier, but I'm going to share it with the rest of our friends on the internet because I love the internet. I have to do virtual backgrounds now because when I don't have them on, my apartment looks like it's framed up for amateur pornography. That's right. Look at that fun setup right there. That is a tortilla blanket because I'm really fun. That's what I like to do. Oh, while I'm doing that, I should say this is my It's Going to Be Okay comfort food. Oh, you can't see it because of the background. Anyway, listen, I'm really fun and I like to eat. So come hang out with me more. Just kidding. There's a pandemic. Don't touch me. Some other things that I've been doing in the pandemic is because I'm a depressed person, one of my strategies for managing my depression was like only keeping my bed for sleeping. So like no watching shows, no eating, just sleeping. So that means all other things in my life happen right here at my desk. That's right. I am working here. I'm doing shows here. I'm watching all of my shows here. And that also means I'm watching all of my pornography sitting straight up at my desk. That is what is happening. Great posture. What I like to do now, though, to make it interesting, is I keep a stack of books right here. I put my glasses on and I pretend like this is an online learning experience. And we're going to leave this pandemic with some new skills, right? That's what I'm talking about. How much time do I have to? I'll just wrap this up.
Yeah, no worries.
Does that sound? Am I going over already?
No, you're fine.
Okay. I assume since everything is in my bedroom that it's really casual. So like I've lost all professionality, I guess. Okay, so we'll just do a little bit more about this. I got a stick and poke tattoo kit because I love the internet. It just sends me all the things that I want if I throw money at it. The stick and poke tattoo kit started as a reframe around some of my depression stuff. As a kid, I was a cutter. I was a teenage girl in the 90s. It was the law.
Oh my God.
So now with my stick and poke tattoo kit, all of my self-harm is beautiful artwork. Everybody, look what I've done to my hands. This is, I know, I did that. I've done a lot. And here's some more. I gave myself a face tattoo in quarantine. Yeah, I was right this. This is it's a little star. Is the resolution picking up? So in the process of face tattooing myself, I realized that there is a difference between thinking something out and thinking about something a lot. Because I definitely thought that I thought this out. But when the needle was to the face, I was like, oh man, I just thought about this a bunch. But like no regrets. I think it came out kind of cute. So at this point, like my biggest goal in quarantine is to not leave it looking like a SoundCloud rapper. And that is what I'm going to say is my time.
That rocks. You're like an indie Darth Maul.
Give it up for her, you guys. Give it up for Christy. That was fun.
I fucking love that.
We're having fun.
One time, I almost let a girl that I met on Tinder the first time we hung out give me a stick and poke tattoo, but we just never ended up doing it. I was fully on board.
That's because you have no self-esteem.
That's true.
Don't listen to him, Austin. You let your friend Cristiano give you a stick and poke tattoo.
I think that could be cool, not in a pandemic.
Of course not in a pandemic. But listen, I will not name names, but I have given some other comics from the Bay Area stick and poke tattoos.
Oh, that rocks. Wonder Dave, what's your experience getting that tattoo?
Cristiano and I are very good friends. She is coming nowhere near me with that stick and poke.
It was actually Chad. She gave Chad a full back dragon tattoo, stick and poke.
Just one little dot at a time.
Christy, as I do with all my guests on Okay, so like I do have a question to ask you. It's my opening question. Which chipmunk from Alvin and the Chipmunks do you most identify with?
Oh, what was the chubby one that ate a lot?
Theodore.
Theodore.
Theodore. That's what I thought. I'm definitely that guy.
No, it's I feel
Identify
like most people identify with Theodore the most.
Mhm.
But really, how are you, Christy? How are you?
I mean, I'm doing surprisingly well. As like a introvert, I love being inside. I love the excuse of not leaving the house or seeing my friends. Like I love my friends, but also fuck them, right? My bed's here, my snacks are here. I'm gonna stay here.
100%.
Yeah.
Now this is gonna sound like a dumb host thing, but I genuinely am surprised that that's a stick and poke by your eye. Like that looks really good for you doing that by yourself.
It did look
Like
really good.
mine would look
Thank
like
you.
mine would be like a hexagon. It'd be like, it's a puppy. And they'd be like, no, it sucks.
Well, let's do a little show and tell of all of the stick and poke tattoos that I've given myself in this quarantine.
Can we?
Let me just say,
Is
yeah,
that weird?
Listen, first of all, there's a lot. Maybe this is gonna take too long, but I will say, like, this is a cool one. This is a ring. It's a 3D glasses.
That's
That is
awesome.
cool.
That one's really cool. This is supposed to be a quarter rest, but it came out really shitty. So I have fucked up my body forever.
You could tell people it's a seahorse. That's what I thought.
I
it
mean,
was.
at this point, I'm just like, it's a mistake. That's what it is. I have also, I did this. This is a good one. This is a wishbone.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
I also did a anatomical heart. That's a fun one.
Whoa.
And man, I want to show you this one on my leg because it's real fun, but I might have to die doing it by standing up on a chair. Oh my God.
That's not a spinning
So
chair,
this, that is a tardigrade.
right? Whoa.
Is that one of those water bears?
Yep. I did that because there were tardigrades in Star Trek Discovery, and I'm like, they are cute. How about forever on my body?
You do
How
a good
long
job.
Yeah, you do a very
Thanks.
good job. How long did that tardigrade take?
I would say like maybe an hour.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I also have technique with it. Like this was from Michael Folk told me that his tattoo artist mixed water and ink together to get a lighter shade color.
Mm.
And so I did that for the shading in this one, but it's kind of faded a little bit. But yeah, it like definitely makes the ink lighter and thinner. So like shading works a little bit better if you're not good at what you do. So it was a nice little cheat for me.
See, if I did a stick and poke, it'd be like, I made box. And then you're like, I've done a fully correct anatomical heart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is just a lightning bolt,
That
but
one
like
pops.
my cousins all like, oh, you must really like Gatorade. And I was like, you know,
Oh, that rules, dude.
Gatorade? Yeah.
I mean, I love the
Electrolyte?
tattoo already, but the fact that it's a gator, I mean, it's not, but like the fact that people
It's
think
not,
that it is. Look, light blue Gatorade is one of the best drinks of all time.
I was gonna say, Christy, what's your favorite flavor of Gatorade? That's unrelated to
don't-
that.
What's your favorite color of
Gatorade.
Gatorade is what he means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the light frosty colors.
They're the better
Like
ones.
turquoise. Yeah.
Cucumber lime, dude.
God, what is wrong with you?
It's good.
You're the sidekick and you're just going off about cucumber lime Gatorade. What are you doing?
You mentioned it once, and apparently you're going off.
You're like, the best Gatorade is cucumber lime Gatorade. It's like, what are you
I'm
talking
not
about?
Joe Rogan.
The two great flavors.
Joe Rogan
Wait,
and cucumber.
chiming in.
Wait, did Whitney? Ruben is wrong. Austin's correct. Okay. I didn't say it was bad. Look, I'm a perfect person of Hispanic descent. I love me some cucumber lime, but like that doesn't mean. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's crazy that Austin was like, here's what I got to bring up: cucumber lime Gatorade.
It's a slept-on flavor. That's all I'm saying.
Don't sleep on that cucumber lime, guys.
That's
Your
the
eyes
new.
would be amazing if you did.
Yeah. Christy, God. Fuck, marry, kill, Picard, original Kirk, or Janeway.
Oh, interesting. I will say that I was offered Ben Sisko instead of Janeway once. And of course you would marry him because he's an excellent father and husband. We'll just leave that as an extra.
Also, to anyone who has no idea what we're talking about, I'm sorry.
There's Star Trek captains.
Yeah.
Get on my level, you fucking nerds.
Welcome to Nerd Town, idiots.
I'm gonna fuck Picard.
Yeah, of course.
Duh. Of course. I'm gonna kill Kirk because fuck that guy. And guess I'm marrying Janeway. I get, like while they're still allowing, two ladies to love each other freely in this country. So
Well, you're in space, so it's okay.
that's true. It's the United Federation of Planets by that time, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Did I have to live in the Gamma Cart?
Actually,
okay.
Amy
It's fine,
Coney
whatever.
Barrett still is on the Supreme Court of it. He's pretty young.
It's just her head, like in Futurama.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Ruben, can I ask questions also?
Yeah, Austin, you want to ask a question? Go for it. As long as it's not about cucumber lime Gatorade.
It's not.
Okay.
Christy, what? So
Uh-huh.
have you been watching the new season of The Mandalorian? You're a deep Star Wars head.
Yeah.
Yes.
But don't spoil anything. Don't be like, what'd you think of blank? Like, because some people still haven't seen it.
Okay. Well,
Are you about to ask about that one character who showed up that was from the other thing and now is in this?
Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, no, you can talk about. I mean, look, if you're watching this
I watched
live,
today's.
you didn't watch today's.
Is it?
Oh, I
didn't
haven't watched today's.
yet.
No.
I had
I watched.
to work.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Look, there's no spoilers, but an actress plays a character that she played in the animated show,
I was
but
talking
not.
from last week.
Yeah,
Oh, I
That's what
shit
I'm
my
talking about.
pants when I found that out. It was,
That's awesome.
I'm so
Ooh,
excited.
Christy,
And I have a-
I saw. Ooh!
I
Look at
love
that.
him, dude.
Do you
I thought-
love it?
Yeah.
Cute.
Oh, he's perfect. The baby
is
Yoda is
terrifying.
perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Have you seen those-
terrifying how cute it is because I have real feelings about this stuffed animal. I want it to be safe. I want it to be cared for. It's,
Have you
it's- listen, I'm covering his ears, but it's plastic and fuzz.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that picture of George Lucas holding the actual animatronic like it's real?
No, that's funny though.
Like George Lucas is just on set holding it like it's a real baby, and I'm like, first of all, I don't think George Lucas cares that much about anything, but also I would kill to hold that thing. Have you seen the $350 ones you can get, the life-size ones? They're just staring up at you.
No.
Yeah, I mean, some of them look creepy.
It's not a good angle for the baby Yoda. Looking forward
Yeah.
is a better angle.
Look at those eyes. Get lost in those eyes.
Dude, I love him.
Isn't it? Anyway, so I watched Mando with my baby Yoda, and it's great. I'm
That
really
sounds
excited about the rest of the season because I know who's coming. And I'm just so excited.
Jar Jar Binks is back, baby.
Finally, dude.
I wouldn't hate that. I genuinely wouldn't hate that if they were like, guess who's back, idiots? You were all excited about these weird, obscure Star Wars characters. We're bringing back the one you hated.
Okay, Christy, if you could kill any Star Wars character, big or small, who and why?
But at what point? Like in the movies? Like are you saying
Man.
are you saying that Christy walks up to baby Jar Jar Binks and shoots him in the head? Or is it
No, just who's the character she hates the most?
Oh my god, Wonder Dave!
Oh,
Dude, this rocks so much.
This is the best show ever.
Oh my god, what a nightmare.
Wonder Dave, I'm gonna need that for later.
Wonder Binks.
Wonder Binks.
Thanks.
oh no.
Oh,
I don't know. I like all of them. I think that
That's a good answer.
the universe is imperfect. People are imperfect. We are all flawed, and that's
Even
kind
better.
of what makes us wonderful. So I'm gonna keep everybody.
Christy,
Respect that
what do you
answer.
think about those people that get mad at the baby Yoda for eating eggs? Like,
Well, I was fuck those frogs, man. Let him eat.
But also, it's a baby. People were mad that like a baby was doing baby things, and it's like that. It's like if he like shit himself, you wouldn't be like, "That stupid baby. He's 50 and he still crapped his own pants." Like,
Listen, you saw this guy eating frogs in season 1. Those guys were dead on arrival. You know what I mean? They're asking for it.
they were asking for it.
They knew what they were doing.
Oh my gosh, Christy, our time is coming to a close together. There's a slumber party aesthetic to this show. So I do have a would you rather for you.
Okay.
Okay, and it was going to be Thanksgiving themed, but we just started talking about The Mandalorian. So now we're going to do that instead. Would you rather have the Mandalorian's armor forever or spend one day with the Baby Yoda?
I was gonna say I really hate would you rather questions because I think I'm just like a terribly literal person and like they just haunt me for like months afterwards because the decisions. I don't want to make the wrong one. God. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Mandalorian armor because I'm gonna assume that this is like real, this universe, this time.
Yeah. Like I come to your place and I'm like, here you go, dude. Whoop.
And I would get more use out of Mandalorian armor than like hanging out with the weirder version of this. So I'll take the armor.
Guys, that's for Christy Ono. Give it up for her. Yay.
Thank you. That was really fun.
Yay.
Yay.
This is a fun show. We have fun here. I have to tell myself that. So you know it's good. Are you guys ready for your next comic?
Woo!
Your next comic. Oh God, Baby Yoda's emoting. It's perfect. Your next comic, very funny guy, very wonderful guy, runs a whole bunch of stuff. And we're gonna talk. Oh God, now we've got Darth Vader, Baby Yoda. Chad is wearing a Tauntaun costume under it as his pants. You just can't see it. Guys, give it up for Wonder Dave.
Woo!
It's me. Wonderful. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to my room, which has curtains over my bed. You can't see it. Yay. Because my camera resolution is too garbage to actually use a fake backdrop. So that's the trick there, everyone. How are we doing? Are we having a good pandemic, everyone? Is that what we're doing? We're having a fun pandemic? Yay.
Yeah.
Here's the latest development in pandemic news in the life of Wonder Dave. I have accidentally become a medical professional. Huh? Yeah, I did that on accident, everyone. I work at a COVID-19 testing facility during the day now. That's my new job. What was my job before the pandemic, you ask, that gave me this skill set? Did I perhaps work in a hospital or a doctor's office or something else that would make sense? No, I worked in event production. So I worked at like corporate conferences and music festivals. If you don't understand what event production is, I'm going to assume that you've been to like Hardly Strictly or some sort of music festival, and maybe you caught a glimpse of a man with like an earpiece and a walkie-talkie and a clipboard and a roll of tape. That man was me. That's who I used to. That's it. That was me. I was good at it. It was bullshit. It was very fun. It basically left me free to do comedy like anytime I wasn't on a major gig. So I was like splitting my time between being a stand-up comedian and being an event producer, and I loved it. And then both the things I love were cruelly taken away from me. Except I get to do this, which I do like Zoom shows. I don't want to rag on them. I actually think they're pretty fun. So like 3 weeks ago, this dude who I'd done some production work for called me and was like, "Hey, Dave, what are you doing Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday?" And I was like, "Daniel, you know I'm not doing anything. I worked in live event production. There are no events. I'm at home doing marijuana. That could I'm gaining 15 pounds and being a little pandem thick. It's okay." Right? I'm growing this new goatee because I don't look white trash enough. And so he was like, I got this job at a COVID site, like a pop-up testing site. Do you want to come do it? And I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot, whatever. So what I do now is I manage traffic lanes. I set up traffic cones. I check in everyone in for their appointments. I scan their little beepy badge thing when they come. And it turns out that producing a music festival and working at a COVID testing site are the same set of skills. I'm very upset about it. Like, it's not what I expected, but here we are. Fun fact, I work with 3 other events people. We're in a fucking pop-up tent, just being shitty event people. Like, event production is for smart people who don't really want to do anything with their lives. Like, it's just like smart and unambitious. That's how you end up in this field. And now we're saving lives. Just kidding. We're not. We're just for people who have to travel somewhere mostly. I don't know. I started off this pandemic the same way everyone else did back in March. I was like, I guess I'm watching Tiger King. Do you guys remember the Tiger King phase of the pandemic? It was so nice. I feel like my takeaway personally from Tiger King was a little different, as I am gay white trash. Those are the words I use to identify myself. Some people do not like the term white trash. They're not into it. However, I would like to point out that my family was white and our backyard was full of trash. So feels like a real accurate descriptor is all I'm saying. So yeah, but obviously the Tiger King is white trash, like duh. And so is most of the cast of that show. But my favorite cast member from Tiger King, far and away, was John Finlay. He was Tiger King's first husband. You will recall him as the guy who wasn't wearing a shirt ever and was missing lots of his teeth. And because I grew up white trash, I was very attracted to him. I was like, that man could carry me a place if I needed to. He knows how to shoot a gun and could feed our family. Just a lot of good skills right there. Fearless man. And fun fact about the Tiger King's first husband, despite being married to a gay man, he is straight. He's straight. He's now with a lady. They have a baby. He has new teeth. He has worse facial hair, though, so it's kind of a trade-off. I'm not sure. But like, if someone had told young, tiny gay me that all I needed to get a hot, straight redneck to fuck me was meth and a tiger, I could have done that. Like, I could have been the Tiger Queen. So yeah, that was the first part of the pandemic before I had a job. And then we go into the second part, which is just me watching. Well, first, I guess I did horror movies. I alternate. I do horror movies because everything in real life is scary. And I want to go back to a time when I was scared of a doll that had a voodoo curse placed on it. And
Hell yeah.
with a knife, just a tiny Chucky chasing me around. I want to be afraid of that, not a global pandemic, right? And the other thing, because I like to confront fear in these times, is I'm watching a lot of true crime. Just so much true crime in my life. And I've noticed I'm just like a big fan of murder. Not accurate. I would like there to be 0 murders, to be clear. But if you do a murder, I think you should have to make a documentary. I think that's just part of a podcast at minimum, right? So yeah, I've just been watching my murder documentaries, and I already knew the most obvious person to kill you is your significant other, right? Like, and I've spent a lot of time with me. I would totally understand it if my spouse wanted to kill me. But I have like a bit of a gender bias I have become aware of in watching so much true crime. So I'm going to lay it out for you. We're going to imagine a heterosexual couple about whom we are watching a murder documentary. And if I hear that in this murder documentary that Jim murdered his wife, Gina, I'm immediately like, that piece of shit, fuck him, right? Like, just off the bat, no questions asked. But if I learn that Gina has murdered Jim, I'm like, what did he do? I need a little more of this story. And then sometimes the story is Gina just loves life insurance. She's gotten it from 3 previous husbands. And I'm like, oh, she's a piece of shit too. Okay. And then I'm back on board. I just like exciting pandemic news. I don't know. I think my favorite pandemic news is everyone's favorite pandemic news. It was the moment that Donald Trump got COVID. And I don't like to think of myself as a person who celebrates the suffering of others. But when Donald Trump got COVID, I got serotonin. Like I just did Molly. I was like, it's been like 6 or 7 years. I don't know where all this came from, but it was great. Just rolling for 3 days straight. Loved it. I don't know. I talked about being white trash and a redneck. I will share with you. I look at my sweet skull shirt. That's just a dead giveaway. I'll share with you my favorite piece of redneck cred because I'm such a classy San Francisco gay now that sometimes I think people doubt me. Here it is though. The house I was born in had an outhouse.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's fun, right? We had an outhouse. It was a very old outhouse. It still had the corncob bin inside of it. Also, I will point out, it was a double wide outhouse, 2 toilets, like a his and hers situation. Very fun.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we saw the corncob bin on one side. And if any of the viewers don't know about the corncob bin, it's before we as a society had developed toilet paper. What we used to do, we would wipe our butts with corn cobs. Not the kind with the kernels still on them, Ruben. We would eat the corn and then reduce, reuse, and recycle. Very green. And so when I was little, I wiped my butt with a corn cob the wrong way, and that's why I'm gay. Bam!
Hey guys, give it up for Wonder Dave.
Woo!
Wonder Dave. Oh God, that was wonderful. And he's Jar Jar Binks again. Good. I like that you just have that on hand. The best part is that's just available for you. You're like,
Yeah,
oh, I gotta
got
get
it very quickly.
It's all my that's one nice thing about the Zoom shows is that like my costume closet stuff is like right there. So
That's fair. Wonder Dave, same question I asked to all my guests. Which Alvin and the Chipmunks character do you, not Dave, of the 3 chipmunks, which one do you most?
Wow.
Dude, I really feel like someone would be like, oh, I'm Dave. It's like, you're not Dave. No one's
I'm
Dave.
the much put upon single father.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think I'm Dave. The chipmunk I related the most to was actually Eleanor, to Christie's choice. And if I were going to pick one of the boys, I would pick Simon, but I think I relate way more to Eleanor because she's like Theodore, but like smarter and less of a fuck up.
That is true.
She's not a fuck up because she is, but she's just like marginally more responsible than everyone else, which is a perfect descriptor of me as a human, just marginally more responsible.
My favorite thing about the show so far is someone can go, hey, how was that show? I was like, good. They talked about chipmunks a lot. And they all seem to get it, but I have no idea what was happening.
It's actually code. We're dog whistling right now.
For what? That's upsetting. I don't even want to know. I will say my favorite, this is one of the reasons I really like Eleanor a lot. It was referred to Theodore as Theodorable once, and what a great pun. Come on.
Whoa.
That's just a fun portmanteau. I love
That is pretty good.
It's good. She's fun.
Who is your favorite Star Wars character? Who's George Lucas's favorite Star Wars character?
Yeah, you said that George Lucas and you have the same favorite Star Wars character. Who is that?
Ooh. And our favorite Star Wars character is R2-D2. Me and George.
Okay. That's a great choice.
Yeah.
It is. It's a great choice for you, Wonder Dave. For him, it seems like a cop out, but like, I'll take it.
He said that he specifically, and in every movie, there is like a scene where R2 saves the day. And he's like, I put that in there because I loved that little droid so much. And I was like, and that made me love that little droid so much. He's great. Also, I think that like, if I were a Star Wars character, I would be R2-D2. I'm half
You
of
look like C-3PO.
What?
I said you look like C-3PO.
I do. Here's the deal. I'm definitely like R2-D2 with C-3PO rising.
Oh, Wonder Dave, you didn't talk about it in your set at all, but that's fine. You are a wrestling fan, correct?
I am.
You like wrestling. I grew up loving wrestling, especially in the Attitude Era of early '90s. So I do have a fuck, marry, kill for you.
Ooh.
Now, please, you and I will understand, and I'm sure other people will get it. But for the sake of the universe, roll with it, okay? Mankind,
Okay.
Cactus Jack,
I knew that's what was gonna happen.
or Dude Love.
All right.
Can I just say, for those who don't know, all three of those are the same man.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
My favorite fact is that one time at the Royal Rumble, he entered as all three of them, and he told his kids about it later in life, and they were like, "Wait, you entered as three different characters and didn't win?" Like,
Wonder Dave, you want to know the best part about that fact? I was at that Royal Rumble.
that's awesome.
I was there, and I was like, "Whoa, it's Mankind," and now it's Dude Love. My mom was like, "Yeah, Ruben, that's the same guy," and I was like, "That man is tired."
Oh.
Like
losing.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I think the answer is that I would just marry Mick Foley. In general, what a sweet baby angel he is.
He's a genuinely good. Like, he seems like one of the good ones. Like, there does not seem to be a whole lot of good ones that have come out of wrestling, but he seems like the good one of the good ones.
Him and Diamond Dallas Page. I also gauge who's good as a wrestler by how the female pro wrestlers talk about them. And they all have nice things to say about Mick Foley in general. So, that's fun. But if I were to choose between the three characters, I would fuck Mankind because who doesn't love some sex with a crazy person? Come on, that's great. I would. This next part's hard. I guess I would marry Cactus Jack and kill Dude Love.
That seems. I don't know. That seems flipped.
Yeah, it's a hard choice.
One of them is all about like being psychotic and like hitting yourself with barbed wire, and the other's about like being nice. And you're like, yeah, kill the nice guy.
Yeah, come on.
Fair enough, I guess.
I mean, I'd fuck, marry, and kill Mankind.
In that order.
I would like to say that in the chat, my girlfriend said, Ruben just told me this story. This is Ruben's version of Pillow Talk. Talking about Mankind and Mick Foley in the early 90s. That's good. I love wrestling. And it's so funny because people are always like, it's fake. And it's like, yes, it is staged. How do you feel? What?
Predetermined.
Yeah, it's predetermined. It's
Christians love it.
That's what is your like go-to when someone's like it's fake? Like, what is your go-to? Like, do you have like a?
I usually just smugly go predetermined. That's I usually just did my go-to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of things I don't really know. How, I was like, well, yeah, it's a TV show. Like,
yeah.
And many people who are not me have said this, but you're not like, Game of Thrones is fake. And I'm like, yeah, it's all fake. We're all in on this. But I actually think it's fun that wrestling sort of does this like blurring the line between reality and things. I think it's very fun. And it makes it a more entertaining watch almost.
Well, I know that when the WWF started, this is not fun for any of the nerdy people who are like really into nerd stuff. All the one wrestling guy's like, finally. But
yeah, there's only one.
It's me. But when the WWF started, Vince McMahon was like, yeah, it's a sport. And then the commission people who were in charge of that was like, okay, everyone has to get tested. And they were like, Vince McMahon was like, just kidding. It's a show. It's not real. And they're like, okay, no one has to get drug tested anymore. Yep. And yeah, no, Vince McMahon is terrible. But okay. We can just keep talking about wrestling. I'm sure everyone would love that. Who is top three? Let's do top three wrestlers of all time.
For like my favorites?
Yeah, just who if Wonder Dave, if you could go and watch a wrestling event and it's outside of time, so anyone could be there, whether they're alive or dead. Oh, man. And it could be at any point in their career, you're gonna go and you're gonna watch them. Who do you want to see?
Okay, the first one is a really easy pick for me because I watched wrestling a whole bunch as a kid and then I kind of fell off and got back into it. And I think the big reason I got back into it was because of Chyna. I just loved
hell yeah.
I thought she was such a great character.
I
And
straight up
just-
thought you meant the country. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what?
You idiot. You dumb idiot. You
I
dumb
was like-
buffoon, Austin. You stupid idiot.
more. So yeah, I just love China. I think she was such a great personality in the ring and such a
100%.
cool, intimidating figure. And there really wasn't, and honestly hasn't been, anyone else quite like her since.
No.
And certainly there are a million women who are dominating and amazing in-ring performers. I don't want to take away from the work of a bunch of other ladies who I absolutely love. But yeah, I just love China a whole big bunch.
Well, I think China really pushed the whole status of like what a WWF at the time, what a diva was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she got in the ring and she would kick ass, and you're like, oh, this rules.
Yeah, she was great, and she cut an intimidating figure. She was 6 feet tall and very muscly, or she was like 5'11" or so. She was a tall lady, and she was very like just fit.
Yes.
So I dig that. I dig that. So definitely.
I was just gonna say, this is so unrelated, but I was reading an article that when they were doing those celebrity boxings in the early 90s, they contacted China because they were like, hey, we want you to do a celebrity boxing. And they wanted her opponent to be Weird Al Yankovic. And he was like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want to do that.
That's
like,
so funny.
he was like, she would absolutely destroy me. I don't know why you think that would be like enjoyable at all. Like, it would just be me getting in the ring and then instantly losing.
I love Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, don't even get me on this train, Wonder Dave, because then we could have a whole nother train.
Here is my favorite Weird Al Yankovic thing that didn't happen because of DC's The New 52. So Gail Simone was set to write a Wonder Woman story, and she's a huge Weird Al fan. So she had reached out to his people to be like, hey, can we do a story where Wonder Woman saves you? But then DC, The New 52 came, and then her run on Wonder Woman ended, so it never happened, but it was supposed to, and his people had like approved it. So we're supposed to get Wonder Woman Wonder Woman saving Weird Al Yankovic, and I am so sad that never happened.
It's okay. This is, I love nerd talk tonight. So he is technically a part of the DC canon because he's in the Scooby-Doo show. Which in the new Scooby-Doo show, they did like a new version of the celebrity guest one, and there's a Weird Al Yankovic one. There is also a Batman one and a Wonder Woman one, which implies they're all in the same universe. So hopefully we'll get Wonder Woman meets Weird Al. That would rule, actually.
I would love that. That's the perfect hero for Weird Al.
Wait a minute, Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
There could be a reference. Oh, if there's a Weird Al reference in Wonder Woman 84. Like Chris Pine just dresses up as Weird Al for no discernible reason.
That would be so.
Not
sick.
even letting Weird Al play himself. That's
it's Chris Pine. They're like, oh yes, Captain Steve Trevor. Well, actually, his name is Al Yankovic. We dressed him up like this.
He plays accordion. You asked me about wrestlers though.
Yes, top 3. Yes.
Let's go back. Man, it's hard to say. There's some people I never got to see live that I would really like to see live. I would love to have been at a live Macho Man Randy Savage match.
Oh.
He was my favorite wrestler when I was like a small child. I liked him a lot. I never got to see Lita wrestle live. I always loved Lita when I was in, I guess I would have been in like high school or just out of when she was doing WWE stuff. Who else would I really love? Man, there's just so many. It gets so difficult at some point.
I got to meet Lita and the Hardy Boys as a kid, and that was the first celebrities I ever met. And Lita was super nice, and the blondish Hardy Boy was like super nice, and he like asked me about like my life and like what my name was and everything. And the other one, I always get them confused. The other one was super dismissive, and he was my favorite. But it's okay because I completely blacked out for the whole thing. I walked up to the table and I woke up to my mom going, Ruben. And I'm like, oh, what happened? She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, what happened? She's like, you got to meet them. And I was like, what did I say? She's like, nothing. You did not say anything.
And this was right before the pandemic hit. So.
Yeah, this was like 3 weeks ago.
So awkward. If I could meet like one faction in the history of wrestling, it would be Team Extreme. Like I would absolutely meet the Hardys and Lita. Like that's my favorite wrestling faction.
That was like such a good era. It was like kind of at the end of the Attitude Era, but it was like, how can we just like do crazy stuff? because you had the Dudley Boys, you had the Hardy Boy, a lot of boys. You had a lot of boys.
I will say that was right around the time that Trish and Lita became the first ladies to main event Raw, which was, they main evented. They
That does rule.
which has happened like I think maybe 6 times since then, and that was in 2002. So let's not praise the WWE too much. But hey, it did happen and it was cool. So yeah. I guess Macho Man, China. God, I don't know. Maybe like I'm trying to think of a cool like sort of like I should just say I'll say Eddie Guerrero, actually. Fuck that. I was about to say Rey Mysterio, which is a good choice, but I'm going to say Eddie Guerrero.
That's also a lot of good deep cuts. Because I feel like everyone was like, huh? And they said Macho Man. They're like, oh, from Spider-Man. And then everything else, they're like, I don't know who the rest of these people are.
My favorite wrestler is Bonesaw.
That's Macho Man Randy Savage. God. Wonder Dave, thank you so much. I have one final question for you. You've been a blast. It is a would you rather. All my Thanksgiving questions out the window because these are so much more interesting. Okay, this is a wrestling themed one, so this will be fun. Would you rather commentate one event for the WWE or be immortalized by someone using your name as their wrestling persona? Like being like, I'm one, like their whole persona is Wonder Dave. But like you're cool with it. Like it's not like surprise we stole it. Like it's
I can't imagine a scenario in which I'm cool with that. So
well, I mean like it's not like a surprise. You're not like turning on the wrestling and like
I just don't like it. So I'm gonna say that I would rather commentate once than let someone else be me in wrestling. No thanks. I'll take one moment of glory for me versus a lifetime of glory for someone based on me.
I guess it would just be that. Who was that guy in the 90s? What was his name? The disco themed guy on WCW? I guess that guy might have been a little bit of Wonder Dave.
Maybe. I don't know. I always think of myself as a real Val Venus. What?
Hell yeah.
That was a great joke for like 3 people. Thanks.
Austin, who's Val Venus?
I have no clue. I like that he made an obscure joke though and then referenced it. I think that's funny.
Thank you so much, Wonder Dave. Everyone give it up for Wonder Dave. We're having fun.
Bye.
Bye, Wonder. You could leave if you want, I guess.
I'll hang on. I'll watch Chad Opens. He's pretty funny.
You guys ready for your headliner?
Woo!
Woo! I love that it's 5 comics and then 3 people with their mics and cameras off. So we have had people in the YouTube. I've seen that there's viewers. Somebody said Donald Trump. Somebody in YouTube said Donald Trump Jr. tested positive for COVID today. Just announced. They did not watch my monologue. That's fine. Guys, are you ready for your headliner?
Yes.
Give it. Thanks, Austin. Give it up for your headliner tonight. Give it up for Chad Opens.
Oh, hey. Do I have to tell jokes? I like this thing going on, and I love how you're like, I don't think people are gonna want to listen to this, like as if there's like 100 people. Come on, dude. There's like 4 or 5 people. They can listen to some sweet wrestling talk. That's fun, man. When people are like excited about it. I knew all the references you were saying, Wonder Dave.
Hell yeah.
I got the hello, ladies. We all know Val Venus. Come on. Know Val Venus.
Love a wrestler with a day job in general.
They're like, I'll tell some jokes here and there, but for the most part, I'm just going to be sounding off. I'm going to be cracking wise about whatever. Like, I love your shirt, Ruben. I love that, directed by Stevens. I want that to be his next movie, just your day-to-day.
Ruben.
Yeah. It's like, there's this elaborate credit sequence, and then it just, like, directed by Steven Spielberg, and then it just boop, pulls out. It's just
nothing exciting.
Pocket for 2 hours. What a fucking kick-ass Spielberg movie that would be. Oh my god. Last night, this happened. I did an outdoor show last night, and a guy came up to me afterwards, and he said, "You kind of look like Ben Gibbard, the lead singer from Death Cab for Cutie." And he was like, "Do you have a bunch of Death Cab for Cutie jokes?" And I was like, the fuck? Like, how insane would that be if I did? Like if I just in my back pocket, I had a bunch of Death Cab jokes just waiting for this one man. Like, one day, someone would compare him to Ben Gibbard. Oh my God. I'm thinking about making some ass-eating motivational posters. Would anyone want like maybe something like I started at the bottom and I'm still here because I just love eating ass.
Oh my God.
Motivational ass-eating posters. It's a good time. I think this is a good year to tell your kids, if you have them, that Santa isn't real. I think that's an easy like any parents, if you're like, how am I going to tell them? I think this is the year that it's going to be easy. You just be like, you know, something you love is going to disappoint you. That's what it's a bad year. Oh my God. I'm a big movie fan. We're probably going to gab a little bit about movies later, right, Ruben?
Oh yeah.
Imagine there's some movie questions. You know, you're wearing your Spielberg gear. I watch a lot of movies with subtitles. Sometimes when I don't even need them, you know, I'll just put on subtitles. I like that they're there. But last night I watched a movie. Instead of putting on subtitles, I accidentally put on DOM titles, and I just got slapped through the whole movie.
Oh my God.
All blurred, a lot more fun. That's all. But this whole thing, all this pandemic business is changing the way I look at a lot of stuff. Like, I can't even watch Human Centipede now without getting a little grossed out, you know. Before this, that was just a fun family picture. And now I'm like, these people are going to get sick. Like, oh my God, they're not practicing social distancing. They are all up in each other's business. That is the opposite of social distancing. That's the most social activity I've ever seen somebody do. They're 6 feet inside of each other. God damn. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you don't do a lot of heavy lifting, any blanket can be a weighted blanket.
Oh my God.
Just lift heavy things, and then you can pretend like any old throw pillow is a heavy blanket. I've been doing a lot of experimenting with food, and any burrito can be a wet burrito if you are crying. Just dollar at the taqueria and make your own sauce at home. I've been living with another comedian named Dro, and he is a hoot. The man's a hoot to live with. He's so bored at times. I love it. It's amazing. And like, I caught him the other day watching a 70-minute documentary about the song Who Let the Dogs Out. Was just entitled Who Let the Dogs Out. Like, they didn't even fucking try. And I think he went into it wanting answers. You know, he was like, I've been waiting 20 years for this shit. Who did it? Come on. This is a real mystery for this guy. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I got emotionally invested because like 3/4 of the way through the movie, I hear him like very seriously say from his room, who let the dogs out? Like, he wanted to fucking know. And so after the movie, I was like, oh my God, like, did you find out who let the dogs out? And he just looks at me and goes, turns out anybody could have done it. I was like, oh my God. Wildly unsatisfying conclusion. So, don't watch that. He was watching early on in quarantine, he was watching a lot of UFC stuff, and there's a phrase they use a lot in UFC, like Ultimate Fighting stuff, which is the phrase pound for pound. Like, this fighter is the best fighter, pound for pound. And I love that phrase because whenever I hear the phrase pound for pound, I just imagine like a British person paying for sex. The old bangers and mash on it. I just want to do a little British accent there for a second. It's fun. I did break quarantine a couple months ago. There's a lady, and she was like, hey, do you want to come over? This applies to your shirt, Ruben. She goes, do you want to come over and watch the movie Jaws? And I was like, oh my God, I did.
That's literally what this is from.
Because when you watch Jaws with somebody, shit's just going to happen. It's just inevitable. And so, goddamn, we ended up fucking. It was a good time, except like halfway through the sex act while we're watching Jaws, she turns around and she goes, we're going to need a bigger dick.
Oh my God.
very stupid. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Was there somebody laughing in like your like where? I heard somebody laughing in the far distance.
So I need to clarify.
What?
Whitney Alter
Okay.
is my girlfriend, and she's in the other room, and
Oh,
I can hear them. Yeah, that's
There
them.
it is. Okay, I see. I heard you, Whitney. All right. I'm glad you knew what the hell I was talking about.
It's my favorite movie of all time, so that is a very good.
Oh, good. You didn't think you get a 45-year-old reference tonight, did you? Rascals, you. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? I just want to talk to you guys. You guys are really fun to talk to. Holy shit. I knew like the wrestling reference, like Mick Foley. I'm a big fan of Mick Foley. Oh my God. Yeah, I gotta know. I want. Can I? This is weird as hell to do, but one of my favorite jokes about wrestling, because you were talking about like pro wrestling not being real.
Mhm.
Like, you guys all know Jesse Hett, right?
Yeah.
Jesse Hett had one of my favorite jokes. This is not my joke, but he would talk about early on. He would do this joke where he's like, "Yeah, people complain about pro wrestling not being real, but like, do you go to a play and be like, hey, I know that dude. That's not really the kid. Safeway, boo!" You know, very similar thing. Like, you just got to suspend that disbelief and shit. So I think that there's certain things coming up. Like, 'cause who knows when anything is going to open back up? I think the Oscars this year are going to be insane. Like, it's going to be crazy that like Sonic the Hedgehog is going to get nominated for like everything.
It deserves it.
It deserves it.
For movies. There's like 5 movies that have come out. And so like it's going to, you can't not nominate like Hubie Halloween or some shit, because it's like the only movie that's come out. So finally, Sonic the Hedgehog is finally going to get his glory. Oh my God. I did hear this one thing about, I think there's going to be this big holiday gift at Christmas. It's like a social distancing toy they're going to debut called Get the Fuck Away From Me, Elmo. It's going to be a big hit with the kids. I heard someone say, they were like, hey, can you imagine going to the gym right now? And I was like, well, I couldn't really imagine that before, so that wasn't like the whole time I haven't been like, I gotta get on that elliptical. I gotta get back to that shit. Early on in quarantine, like fucking horny levels were insane. I did something to satiate my desires I've never done before. I converted to the dark arts for a brief bit, and I made a voodoo doll of myself so that I could suck its dick. Long, lonely nights. It's an unconventional, but it worked. It was an effective method. One of the weird curveballs we've gotten this year, I didn't see coming, was actor Vin Diesel, star of stage and screen, old Vinny D, Alameda County's Vin Diesel, okay? He released a dance club hit called Feel Like I Do, okay? At the age of 53, when dance clubs are closed, he's like, now is the right time to show people what I've been brewing. And I don't know, I went into this, I wanted to hate this song. I was like, I'm going to fucking hate this. It's going to be awful. And I listened to this song like 10 times in a row. And I was like, oh my God, I like this song. And like, I got worried. I was like, do I like Vin Diesel's new song, or do I have COVID-19?
Oh my God.
I was like, I got to get tested right away. Holy fuck, I'm worried. Turned out like I was clean bill of health. I just have no taste. That's all it is. I've been listening to a lot of music, and I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but it takes me a good, like, at least 10, 15 seconds into any Bob Dylan song to figure out if it's actually Bob Dylan or someone making fun of Bob Dylan. I'm just like, you really fucking sound like that? Oh my God. He's like, I'm like, oh my good Lord, dude. That's insane. One of the last things I did before the quarantine, I went to a wedding and they didn't have an open bar at the wedding. And I was very disturbed by that, because in my opinion, if you want to have a day that you always remember, you should allow everyone else the chance to forget all of it. I don't want to remember your special moment. I want to fucking just have it out of my brain. If you have been getting through this sober, that's phenomenal. That's amazing. Like this is one of those times where I wish that I was good at drugs, because my roommate, my aforementioned roommate, is phenomenal at drugs, and we have the greatest conversations. And one time, like recently, I got into an argument with him about whether apple juice was real. He was just, he was like, "You ever bitten into an apple and no juice comes out?" It's true. He's maybe apple juice is a fucking lie. And I'm like, God damn, is it real? What is? So I wish I had that ability. I fucking don't have it. Like, have you ever gotten so drunk that you put money into your bank account? You know, you're just like, I'm gonna buy some really fucking stupid shit after I have this next beverage. I do miss going to the movie theaters. That's one of my favorite things to do, is go to the movies, because that's where I feel sexy personally. You know, where I'm just like dim light, smell of butter. That's my world, you know? And like I walk in, someone's gonna be like, "This guy's got opinions about this fucking flick. He's gonna blog about something later. I guarantee he's watching Siskel and Ebert. He's not wrong." What should I want to do a big old closing act out here. Holy shit. One news story in quarantine, it wasn't even really a news story. It shouldn't have been a news story, was when Adele lost weight. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, Adele is hot now." And I was like, Adele was hot before. Adele is hot now. Adele is hot however you can get her. Look, and she's a sexy lady. She's talented. I'm on board with Adele. And I was wondering, like, well, maybe she's having a lonely quarantine. I did hear she might be dating somebody, but if that's not the case, I wrote a song for her to let her know that I'm out there pining for her affections. So in my last little few seconds, I'm going to sing this song for Adele. And if you enjoy, the 4 people watching, let her know that I'm out there. I'll stretch it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Adele, I'm Chad. Got a sweet beard and I look pretty good in plaid. I want to take you out for burritos and tea. So please go out with me. I'll buy you some curly fries. Wouldn't that be a sweet and savory surprise? And I want you to coagulate like a blood clot in my heart. Won't even care during sex if you fight. Let her know. Thank you.
Give it up for Chad Opitz, everyone.
That's so
Goodness
great.
gracious.
Hey, before I start talking to Chad, if you like what you're seeing, and I forgot to do this before he started, but if you are like, you know what, I'm here and there's no one else here, I should give them money. There's the Venmo. Venmo us donations. These comics need to get paid because they're all very talented and they're all very funny and they deserve money. And Chad will show nip if you give us money. So,
Oh my God. Okay.
hey.
Did Wonder Dave tell you to say that?
Yeah, it is in my private. Wonder Day. I like. You know what the best part is?
Face, Chad. I would say it to your face.
That's right.
Know
You
that.
weren't just running around my back. That's true.
The best. Oh, if I just got a text that says you can't see the chat on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, is at PYP Comedy is the Venmo, because it's my Venmo, not Adrianna's, because she is currently asleep. But also, I like that I started bringing up money, and someone left. Someone was like, "Oh no, I'm out."
That's a classic comedy audience move.
Yeah, but is it a good move when there's 3 audience members?
Well, they can just hit leave meeting. Bye bye.
Chad, the chipmunk question. Which chipmunk do you feel like you are?
You know what? Because you mentioned earlier, I didn't really watch a lot of chipmunks. I was more of a Heathcliff boy. You know, so I don't know. I guess Theodore. You know, he's a lovable chunk. So
Yeah.
But I will say you're the best singer in here, so I would say you might be Alvin, and you don't know.
Oh my God. Okay, that's a lot of pressure, Austin.
That's fair, but I think Alvin carries it. I don't think he realizes that he's the leader. I think he just does it.
I think Alvin knows he's the leader.
I'm trying to make it easier to take on the mantle.
Alvin is ugh. He definitely knows he's the leader. He's more smug than Leonardo about being the leader.
Oh shit.
That's fair. Yeah, he's like if Leonardo and Raphael morphed into one person.
Doing the fusion dance. We're bringing it back.
Have you ever had someone answer Alvin before?
No, because this is the only time I've ever hosted, so this is the only time I get to ask that question. Adrianna just usually leads in with "How are you?" and I'm like, "No, I'm going to ask about chipmunks."
Yeah, real personal right off the bat.
Chad, I don't know if you and I have ever talked about this, but I don't know if I've ever brought this up to you, but you and I actually have a connection I don't think you know about.
Okay.
I used to live near this. In my basement. No, I used to live in Aptos, and across from where I lived was a movie theater.
Yes.
And there was a fish at this movie theater, and his name was Admiral Snack Bar.
Oh my.
Get ready, Chad. And me and my buddy loved this fish, okay? Because we were like, this fish's name is Admiral Snack Bar. And they were like, yeah, our manager Chad named that fish. And we were like, oh, that rules.
Yes.
Come to find out, you were the manager Chad.
I was the manager. Yeah.
And you and I interacted probably a lot because I went to that theater all the time. But it was, long before anything.
Yeah. And I
just
do not remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know because they were like, oh, yeah, the manager named that fish and his name was Chad. And I was like, wait a minute, Chad?
I named a lot of stuff. Like Admiral Snack Bar was one of the better ones. But I think my personal favorite was for the popcorn machine was Dennis Popper.
That's good.
It was Dennis Popper, aka Two Pop Shakorn.
Ooh, that one's good.
But Dennis Pop, that made. Would you remember? Did you ever get popcorn at that place?
Probably, but now I'm worried about doing that when you say it like that.
No. It was the best popcorn at any.
Oh yeah, no, it ruled.
I'm not saying that because I worked there. Like it was amazing popcorn.
I was genuinely upset when that theater closed.
It was really, really sweet. Like I loved how big both the theaters were. It was just like
they were huge.
Yeah. Even the small screen was like really big.
Yeah. And if you thought Wonder Dave's chat was getting very specific, welcome to Aptos chat.
I mean, this is endearing.
Yeah. Nobody will give a shit except for a handful of people.
Yeah. It's just so funny to me when I realized you were that was you.
That was me. Yeah. I moved to Santa Cruz in late 2010, and I got a job there like a year later. And I started off in concessions, and then I got after a year, I became a projectionist, and then another year or so I was the assistant manager, and then another year I was the main manager, and then the fucking place shut down.
Yeah. So about right when I moved to there, you were the assistant becoming the main manager.
Yes.
So I went there all the time. I went and saw Monsters University there.
Yes. Okay.
And I am not a big spoiler person. Like if I know a spoiler, I'm not super upset about it.
Uh-huh.
But I went and saw Monsters University, and spoilers for Monsters University. Okay. This kid walks out of the theater and just goes, I can't believe Mike Wazowski pulled off the big scare. And I was so upset at this child. Because I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
I'll tell you a couple of my favorite like memories from like just weird people that went to movies there.
Mm-hmm.
There was this one dude. There was this old man who came to see Smurfs 2.
Hell yeah, dude!
He was wearing a beret, and he was very classy. I'll have one for Smurfs 2. Goes into the movie and like before this, he was getting concessions. He was getting like a tea. He was getting like an Earl Grey tea.
Hell yeah.
I was like, oh, so are you excited for the movie? He's like, I'll watch anything that's set in Paris.
Oh no.
Set in Paris. That's the only reason he wanted to see it. And after the movie, he comes walking out and he goes, that was terrible.
What did you expect?
I thought it was going to be this like really classy picture or some shit.
That's so funny.
It was very, very hoity-toity and like kind of, but he was like in a sweet way. But afterwards, just that was terrible about Smurfs 2. He was very not on board with what they had to dish out in regards to Paris.
That rules.
I'll never forget that.
The alternate title for that movie was actually S Words in Paris. So
There's another dude that went to see The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, which is this
oh god.
Oh no.
horrible movie about like magician. And this guy was deeply moved by it. Like he came out of he was like crying, and he was like,
So you do remember me.
I thought like something really awful had happened, and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, He was really gushing about Burt Wonderstone, and he was like, "This film is about the power of friendship and like the magic of the human heart." And I was like, "Oh my god!" I'd seen the movie like a couple days before, and I was like, "This is a piece of shit." And he left the movie like absolutely like changed.
He was changed.
It was amazing.
That beautiful.
You brought up Sonic the Hedgehog earlier, and Austin asked if you could tell this story. Austin, do you have a story about Sonic the Hedgehog in the movie?
Yeah, so Sonic the Hedgehog is the last movie that I saw before lockdown in theaters. I saw it on Valentine's Day with my girlfriend at the time, and we broke up in the car on the way home.
Oh my god!
We had a really, really good time. The movie was awesome. That movie, if you have not seen it, it fucking rocks. Yeah, we broke up. It was good. Like it was very like, yeah, this is over. I do think maybe she was upset that I never expressed as much excitement about her as I did when Tails showed up in the post-credit scene of because I stood up and cheered and clapped and screamed because I was so excited. And she was like, "We got to break up," and I was like, "Gotta go fast." And I after that experience, I will stand by. I think the Sonic the Hedgehog movie like fucking rocks. Like
they should interview you as like a special feature on the DVD, man.
that. I think so.
This man's relationship ended because of Sonic the Hedgehog, and it was the best day of his life. Or something.
I'm trying to campaign. Let me play Tails in the next movie. Like,
that'd be amazing. That's so.
But it can't be the CGI character they had at the end. It just has to be you in a very bad fursuit.
That's okay. I got a good like going to the theater story. My buddy Brad, when we were like kids, I was like 12. It was his 13th birthday, and he took a group of his friends to go see that Sinbad movie, House Guest.
Oh yeah.
He was so excited about House Guest. And on the way home, he cried the whole way home because he hated it. He was just like, Sinbad ruined my birthday. He was like, he kept saying that. And it was like, I'll never forget that like movie moment. Like, Sinbad ruined my birthday. It was fucking hilarious.
that rocks so much. Also, I have to throw respect to you. Your Jesse Hett impression. He was on this show recently. It was very good.
That's a very good.
Okay.
That's a very good Jesse Hett. Because Jesse Hett, when you do a Jesse Hett impression, you kind of have to pop up, like you're popped up a little bit. Like everyone does that. Yeah, everyone kind of. Jesse Hett has the body of a Trump supporter and the mind of someone who's intelligent, and it's wonderful. Like he's very like, you see him and you're like, oh no, like this guy's gonna say something not okay, and then he just is very politically correct, and you're like, oh, this guy rules.
He did a show in Santa Cruz like years ago. There was this room at this place called the Red that they would do upstairs in Santa Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to do this bit about like men's rights. He's like, oh, I just heard about this thing called men's rights. And so I showed up and I'm throwing a frisbee and I'm like, I'm a man and I love rights. This is awesome. Woman got so mad during his joke is so stupid. And she's like, oh, men's rights. And she just like kept heckling him. And he was like, oh shit, I guess men do need rights. Like a funny fucking rebuttal.
God, that rocks.
Oh, that rules. Chad, fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
And this is kind of yeah, Jesse Hett. Well, Jesse Hett dressed as mankind.
Oh man. Okay.
No, and this is gonna be kind of skewed, but that's fine. Ellen Ripley, Snake Plissken, or Alex Murphy.
Oh man. Damn. God damn it.
I will give a peek behind the curtain. At first, I was just going to give you all Kurt Russell, and I was like, no, I already did that to Wonder Dave. I need to give 3 separate.
I'm saying I'm gonna fuck Ripley. I'm gonna
Fair.
be RoboCop, Alex Murphy. Sorry, Alex Murphy.
Yeah.
Because I really love RoboCop.
I know. I felt like it was kind of skewed to give you a RoboCop one, but I was like, look.
I'll kill Pliskin because he's not my favorite Kurt Russell character. I love Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell is definitely like one of the hottest dudes of all time, like easily. Holy shit! But man, if you'd said like Jack Burton, I probably would have married Jack Burton.
Jack Burton was on my list for sure.
Yeah, Snake Plissken, I'm not as into as Jack Burton. But yeah, so I'll fuck Ripley, marry Alex Murphy, and kill Pliskin.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey Chad, what's the best movie of all time?
RoboCop.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. It's up there. It's really, really up there. And like, it's one of the ones where like every single time I watch it, I like it more, which doesn't happen with like any movie
That's fair.
And also the fact that it's so open to so many different interpretations, I find phenomenal. Like I read this whole essay about how it was about like transgender issues, and I don't think that's what the filmmakers were going for. I love that that's what someone saw in it. It's also super valid. And I was like, holy shit, like that makes sense. Like, so if you're watching it from all these different perspectives, there's all these ways you can interpret it that actually like work and are like effective. And I think that that's what like really, really great art does.
Yeah. If they remade it again, who would you, and they were like, Chad, we want you in this movie. Who would in
it?
Yeah, if you were in they were like, we're gonna try again. That other one everyone forgot about. So we're gonna try to remake it again. Who would you want to be, and why is it the I'd buy that for $1 guy?
I get the fun, I get to be surrounded by like beautiful ladies and say one line.
Like 8 times, yeah.
While I'm covered in cake or some shit. I buy that for $1. Like that's apparently like I read this thing where in the original script for RoboCop 2, that character was supposed to be the president of the United States.
What?
It was going to be called like RoboCop Corporate Wars, but I guess they completely redid it, and like because I don't think RoboCop really is good. It's got some great stuff, but like as a whole, it's not nearly as good as the first one.
I love how much you know about RoboCop 2. Like I feel like most people don't even know it exists.
I know a lot more about the first one, but I know it's connected. I don't know anything about RoboCop 3 really because I try to ignore the fact that it exists.
That's like for me, like this is a Jaws sweatshirt. I love Jaws. I think Jaws is the best. For me, Jaws is the best movie ever made.
Is that specifically a Jaws? Like
yeah. So what it's on like TeePublic, and they're called Direct Tees. And what they do is they take the font from movies or whatever. It says like directed by this or music by that.
Yeah.
There's one that says.
I got an Orion logo shirt.
Fuck yeah, Orion, dude.
Canon Films one from there too.
Yeah. I just like there's one that says quarantined and Tarantined by Written Directino. Oh, it's just so stupid.
Are you a fan of Duel? Spielberg's first movie?
Yes, I am.
I think that's fucking great. I love that.
Look, I absolutely love, and this is its own whole tangent. I love that Spielberg can take something, and he can defy genres. And I know it's very like, well, obviously he's Steven Spielberg, but like at one point he wasn't.
Yeah. Like
he had to become Steven Spielberg, and like that's impressive. Like I
that like very early on though. Like I think
yeah.
It's obvious in Duel because the storyline in Duel is so simple, but he adds a lot of like flourishes to it that appear in like later stuff of his.
Yeah, well, and like I don't know if this is true or not, but like there's a story I heard that when he made Jaws, he was like, I want to do Duel again, but I want to do it with an animal this time.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's all. And Duel is great because there was like a B-roll from Duel or something in a shot of the TV show The Incredible Hulk. And so he went on this whole thing about how his films could not be used as any other footage because he was like, I don't want like the Hulk to punch the shark. Like, I don't want any of my stuff to ever show up in something else as like B-roll.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, I absolutely love I like when Spielberg adapts things too, like books, because people always have this whole like, what's better, the book or the movie? I feel like Spielberg makes something that like goes along with it, not like what's better, because they're both very different. He just takes the skeleton and is like, oh, I like this, boom. Because
really smart too. Like, I just saw this interview with Hitchcock where he was saying, like, great literature does not necessarily make a great movie.
100%.
You can take whatever elements will be great, like for cinema, but
yeah.
So,
well, it's like Jaws the book is hilarious. Like, it is genuinely funny, and the movie is kind of funny, but it's not like the book has like at one point some dude finds a body and just instantly starts vomiting, and like, and he's like a cop. Like, that's like supposed to be something that he's like used to, and he just barrels over and starts vomiting.
It just goes on for pages and pages.
Yeah, keeps vomiting.
He continues vomiting, and it smelled like this, and it looked like this, and like, holy shit, this is the most visual vomit scene in any book.
And at the last page, it's like, I guess there was a shark, and then it ends. But no, Chad, this has been wonderful. I love talking to you because I just love that. I love this whole everybody. We talk about nerd stuff, and it's fun.
Nice group.
We also, I mean, admit I picked Eleanor, the girl Theodore, but we all said we were basically a Theodore, which is interesting.
I mean, I think everyone in here is a Theodore. Like, I think Theodore is the Hufflepuff of chipmunks, where everyone's like, I'm a Hufflepuff. You're like, fucking everyone's a Hufflepuff. Shut up. Anyone who says they're a Simon is a dickhead.
Wait, that was your second choice, though, Dave. What?
It was, yeah, that's fair. No big surprise. A comedian whose second choice is being a dickhead, breaking.
Chad, you are our headliner tonight, so we're gonna do something a little bit different for your Would You Rather's. My sidekick Austin is gonna put 60 seconds on the clock, and we're gonna do as many Would You Rather's as we can. The current record is 14, and it is held by Mean Dave and Ryan Goodcase. They both have tied it.
That's insane.
Yeah, well, especially because Mean Dave actually felt like he was answering, and Ryan Goodcase just said, first one, second one, first one, second one.
Okay.
But so, Austin, tell me when you're ready.
I'm
60
ready.
seconds on the clock.
Yep.
Count me down to 3, 2, 1.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
Rewind.
Would you rather be able to talk with the animals or speak all foreign languages?
Oh, foreign languages.
Would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long?
Oof. Live twice as long, I guess.
Would you feel worse if no one showed up to your wedding or your funeral?
Wedding.
Would you rather be without internet for a week or without your phone for a week?
Internet.
Would you rather lose your vision or lose your hearing?
Oh man, god damn. Hearing.
Would you rather be Batman or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man for sure.
Would you rather be stuck on a broken ski lift or on a broken elevator?
Elevator.
Would you rather read an awesome book or watch a good movie?
Good movie.
Would you rather spend the night in a luxury hotel room or camping?
Time.
Ooh, I think that was Austin. Were you counting?
No.
That's
There's no
fine.
way I picked 14.
No, you got 9. But I was like unsure if it was 9, but we'll say it's 9.
Okay. People get 9.
9 is a very common answer. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to Okay So Like, or as someone on the internet referred it, oh, all right. Somebody was like, oh, Ruben's hosting. It's called Oh, all right. Thank you again to Christy. Thank you again to Wonder Dave. Thank you again to Chad. Thank you again to Baby Yoda and anyone else. Yeah.
You look like Waluigi.
Oh, you do look like Waluigi, Wonder Dave. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you for watching. I know some people are watching this later hey, if you're watching this and it's not live and you're watching this later and you still are like, I want those specific comics to get my money, Venmo at PYP Comedy with okay so like and then the date of today's show, or Venmo at Adrianna McCain with the date of today's show. Either way, these comics will get your support because we do really appreciate it. Again, thank you so much, everybody. You've all been wonderful. Have a good night. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
We got Jar Jar in there still. Oh my god.
Well, let me. How do I end it on YouTube? Now that's what I got to figure out. Oh no.
The credits are rolling.
The credits are rolling? You got credits on this show?
I wish. That'd be awesome.
Would be dope. Oh my god.
I don't know. It probably stopped. I don't know. Either way, it'll stop when we end the call.
It still says live on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out.
We better get out of here.
Comics, if you guys could send your Venmos in the group chat, and then I can dole that out to you guys.
Cool.
I bet I can do this. Austin, does it still say live?
Yup.
What about now? I'm logging out.
Still says it.
Well, either way,